Hey guys, I'm Micaiah. This is my beautiful wife Tniyah.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to our podcast, After the Exhale.
Baby, I don't know how to say it right, but I'm falling a little more each night. When you talk, the world goes quiet. You calm all my noise inside, girl. I don't know how to say it.
We're going to be talking about mental load and what that means for both men and women. There's a video that Tniyah basically got. And we were told to kind of react to it.
Yes, we got our first request in for this week's topic, and that is mental load. So,
If you guys want to send in requests to talk about certain things, anything that's on your mind, please interact, comment.
yes.
And yeah, we'll get to it.
Okay.
I drew this mental load map to better understand my wife and the mental load. And I approached my wife when I was done, and I was surprised by what she said. So I realized that the mental load is her carrying three different roles. Her as a mom, as a wife, a manager. And under each of those roles, she's responsible for someone. Under mom, it's kids. Under wife, it's me. And under manager, it's work and also the other things that she has to manage in her life as well. So under mom, she has these lists of things for the kids: summer camps, bedtime, school forms, lunches, sports, emotions, appointments, husband, intimacy, dates, communication, emotional support, conflict repair, planning, connection, keeping peace, work, deadlines, emails, co-workers, trying to keep a house clean, scheduling, finances, performances, layoffs. And what I realized, those lists have lists. Each kid has their own list of lists. So it's all these lists in here that she's trying to mentally juggle just in the kid space. Then we have work. There's deadlines. There's co-workers. You're always trying to keep the house clean, but it's always this revolving thing that's happening to try to keep the house clean. Under husband, there's intimacy, connection, dates. Do I just keep the peace so that way we can have connection? The mental load is a list that never ends. All this stuff is interconnected. While she's trying to be a good mom, she's also doing all she can to be emotionally available for me. While she's trying to keep up at work, she's also wondering if the house is okay. While she's trying to take care of everyone else, she's also wondering, why do I feel alone in this? Do I have the energy for anything else? Will I ever have time to myself? And as men, I think a lot of us miss this because we only worry about the task in front of us at the time. But our wives are doing that on top of this invisible list that we never see. And what I've had to learn is that I need to be responsible for taking some of these lists off of her and prioritize the ones that I can really be helpful so I can lighten her mental load. When I showed her this, she was taken back and said, yeah, that's exactly it. But the most important thing was acknowledging that it exists. If this is helpful, let me know and follow me for more insight like this.
Okay. During halfway through the video, I was going to ask, what is he doing? But I like at the end that he acknowledged, that as men, we tend to forget certain things and really only focus on, like, what's in front of us. He acknowledged that, yeah, he needs to pick up the slack a little bit, which is okay. I've had moments like that, too.
Yeah. I like that he said an invisible list because it's very easy for it to get overlooked unless you're managing it in your head. And I think, yeah, there definitely needs to be more acknowledgement on how daunting this can be. And this is an everyday thing. Like, this is not something that's once a week, once a month. Like, she's constantly having to, think these things through. Is this something that by default the woman is just picking up? Like, why aren't more men taking on this mental load? Like, is it just that the man thinks, well, she's got it taken care of, I don't have to think these things through, and then they're just magically done? Like, what goes on in you guys' brain?
I don't know. I can really only speak for myself, but if I were to make like a general statement, I would probably say that for men, we tend to really just focus on what we see in front of us because I feel like that's all we can control in the moment. I do think, though, like, maybe something I can disagree with a little bit on that side is I think we do have some forward thinking sometimes, or at least I can say for me. I think for me, I am thinking ahead, and not just what the task is at hand. But I think it also boils down to gender roles in terms of, like, housekeeping and kids. Like, 2/3 of that whole mental load list was things that traditionally women are really taking care of. For example, like the housekeeping, and
The kids.
the kids. I should really say 3/4 because it was the husband as well,
Mm-hmm.
being a wife. So yeah, I feel like because of that, men can tend to, like, if that's the norm, men can tend to fall out of
Mm-hmm.
realizing that type of stuff and acknowledging it
Mm-hmm.
and actually trying to help their partner.
You know what's interesting as I'm listening to you? It's right now I'm just thinking like typically we say that men are the head of the household, right? And the leaders of the household. But according to this mental load list, it's giving that the wives are the leaders of the household.
Pump the brakes.
Because
Let's pump the
because
brakes.
what like that was a lot.
I don't know if because you have more that you're thinking about that makes you the leader of the household. I think leader of the household is like a whole separate category. But I think that goes into like decision making
Mm-hmm.
and again a little bit into that forward thinking of like the betterment of the future for the two couple
Mm-hmm.
and their kids or whatever family that they have.
I don't think it's just what they're thinking though.
Again, like I said, I feel like it goes into like decision making,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like men are more. I feel like sometimes women, because they're thinking of so much, they can kind of be a little wishy-washy on their decisions.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I feel like I don't know if mental load directly relates to being the head of the household.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like those are two separate categories.
Okay.
I think I would just say that women tend to have more of a mental load
Mm-hmm.
because, again, traditionally they're thinking about all of these things.
But a lot of these things that are being thought about is how the household is running. So what would be your counterclaim?
for the head of the household,
Yeah.
in terms of how the house is running.
Like you're saying that the man, you wouldn't equate women having more of a mental load in the household to them being the head of the household.
No.
So, okay, why?
Decision making, like for example, deciding what's the best for your family 10 years from now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, where to move, where to go. I think thinking about those things. Job, you know, making decisions in the workplace, promotion wise, making sure that, you know, the family can eat. Or when it comes to what?
On a day-to-day, these things happening?
In terms of what? Like decision making?
Yeah, decision making, the two examples that you're giving is like long-term goals or like thinking ahead, planning our future. But Monday through Friday, from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., like, who's the CEO calling the shot, thinking everything through and then executing?
You don't think that's more of the assistant?
Assistant?
Yeah, that I'm not trying to. I'm just saying, like, think about it, right? Women, or in this context, women with the mental load, are thinking about things like their kids and lunches and schedules and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Realistically speaking, they are the managers of, I guess you can say, they can be the managers of the house,
Mm-hmm.
but the CEO of the house who hired the manager, I would say, is still the pops, the dad, the
Mm-hmm.
guy, the man.
Why?
Again, even with protecting,
I'm not hearing any
even with
concrete...
protecting,
Okay.
being protective, right? You know, putting yourself first, making sure that if any danger were to come to the family, I take it first.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, just being willing to put your life on the line for your partner or your kids or whatever the case may be.
So that sounds like soldier of the house.
What? So we could have a whole bunch of different terms: manager of the house, soldier of the house. I feel like just because you're thinking about so much stuff in the house, or you know, whatever the case may be, I don't think it necessarily makes you the head of the house.
Okay.
Y'all can be the neck that directs the head.
Yeah, because you're not moving anywhere without your neck. Like, you literally cannot turn at all.
Right.
So, okay.
Yeah, you can't. I wish there was a video or like something to talk about like the men's mental load and their capacity of like what they think about day to day. Like I feel like there's.
Shall I look one up?
Maybe. Let's see if you can find one. Wow. So we just did a Google or a TikTok search trying to find a similar video for the men's perspective
of mental load.
And there was little to none.
We couldn't really find any. And I think that when people think of mental load, they're more emphasizing on the women's side and I guess expressing that to men. So what would you say is a part of a man's mental load?
I feel like it is subjective because I feel like every man is different, same way as every woman is different. I guess like I said before, it goes down into like being protective and financially stable, making sure that you're healthy and willing, able to step in whenever need be, and kind of just take lead, take control. You're the first person that the family calls if something goes wrong, like for example fixing a car or you know, house stuff, being a handyman. It's like you're supposed to be a handyman, a doctor, a mechanic,
protector,
a soldier,
the bank,
a teacher, you know, all of these things to your family, and we kind of just don't talk about it. We kind of just do and move on, you know. And I feel like a part of that comes from being okay or having that satisfaction that, like, you know, at least I guess for some men, like fathers for example, are trying to raise their sons right or daughters right, as well as just making sure the family is good. I think that's an instinct thing.
So I'm wondering, now I feel like women now kind of have the platform to express the struggles with their mental load. Like these are things that are traditionally expected of a woman, but we are given the platform now to express how it can be daunting, how we may need help. And maybe men don't really have that same platform to express. All these expectations are just kind of put on you because you're a man and you have to just get it done, and that's it.
I think it's also the feedback. I feel like a lot of women get more praise from both men and women when they do speak up, and on the men's side it's kind of seen as soft and like, you know, like, yo, you're being a B or whatever the case may be,
or sassy,
right? The term sassy.
Some of them be sassy.
Some.
Let's just get it.
At that point, you're just a female. Like, you shouldn't be. There's certain things you shouldn't be doing as a man. But yeah, I feel like we just the feedback and the response and the support, for the most part, isn't there for most men. I feel like that is a serious issue.
I just feel like, do you want to talk about it? Like,
I mean, for me specifically, like, I feel like our relationship is different. You know, I feel like you taught me to be able to express myself. Because I remember in the beginning, I was very shut down and closed off and just kind of like, it is what it is, especially with all the extra stuff I got going on.
Yeah.
But I feel like you opened me up to that. The reason why we're even talking about it now. Like, I'm not just like, or uncomfortable.
Emotions, feelings.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, throughout the years being with you, I definitely attacked my emotions head on.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay.
Which I feel like a lot of men need to start doing, for real.
Yeah.
Like, it's okay to say, yo, I'm not feeling like going to work today, or I'm not feeling like being 100%. You know, it's okay to feel a little weak.
Cry in a woman's arms.
Right.
Break down.
Right.
We're both human beings.
Exactly. At the end of the day, we're all human. You know, we all go through stuff. We all have emotions. We all have feelings.
Yeah.
We all have perspectives on things, and you shouldn't be afraid to express them.
So really, what we're coming to terms with is that both men and women have mental load in relationships, individually, at work, being parents. And I feel like we're kind of diving into gender roles also.
Mm-hmm.
Like, by nature, as a man, you're expected to do certain things, provide, protect, be the handyman, be the soldier, like you said. I'm expected to kind of be the house manager, the cooking, the cleaning, the taking care of the kids, and things like that. But I think it still goes back to teamwork.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we need to be working together. And something that I like that he said in the video was he's trying to figure out what task he can take on to alleviate the woman.
Mm-hmm.
And that is teamwork.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't, just because I'm the woman doesn't mean I have to be checking off all these things all the time. There are days where I'm like, I cannot fold a shirt. And he's like, I got it.
Step in.
Yeah. And I'm not taking out the trash though. There's certain things I don't want to do. So,
and that's okay.
Yeah. Like,
that's okay.
So does that mean are we subscribers of gender roles?
I think, you kind of hit the nail on the head on, we're kind of in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there are days where you don't feel like doing things that I guess a traditional woman would do.
Yeah.
And I would step in, no problem, no questions asked, and vice versa. Besides the trash.
Yeah, I'm just not touching the trash.
But there's times where I don't feel like driving. I'm tired. I need to sleep.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh yeah, babe, I got it.
Sometimes I drive, yeah.
There's a whole TikTok video of me
literally knocked out.
Put the clip in and
bonnet on.
I think you offered, and I was like, yes. And 2 seconds later, I'm like this.
Knocked out, yeah, because he
snoring.
always drives, which, is that even a man thing?
I think so.
You think?
I think so.
Being the designated driver?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay.
But yeah, I feel like we're kind of in the middle. I think we have a good balance, I should say.
Yeah.
I think our balance is pretty good. I also appreciate the fact that we are open-minded to have that balance.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people don't.
Mm-hmm. And we do a lot of things, although there are certain things that are just in our lane, in our gender role specifically, like you're mostly the driver, I'm mostly the cleaner, cooker. There are things that we also strictly do together.
Mm-hmm.
Like, grocery shopping, like, that's kind of something that I think the woman is more expected to just do and know everything to buy and what needs to be restocked and things like that. And so that grocery shopping alone is a mentally daunting task. And we go through that together, looking through the pantry, looking through the fridge, looking at recipes, making the list. So we're going in and organize planning our meals for the week, snacks, things like that. So I think that it always goes back to the teamwork. That helps alleviate too, and then if we're both burnt out, then we're ordering out.
We're ordering Cam's, our favorite Chinese food spot.
Yeah.
Shout out Cam's.
Shout out Cam's. I think the teamwork is like really crucial and prevents burnout. Burnout is still possible on both ends, but it makes it easier. Like,
ooh, that should be another topic.
Burnout, yeah, but it makes it easier. Like, you're my life partner,
right?
So
it is what it is,
Yeah.
It's gonna get to an age where one of us is gonna have to wipe each other's butt. Maybe.
Whoa. We didn't quite map this out pre-vows. Are you expecting me to wipe your butt?
If I'm like 80 years old and you're able, we'll both be 80.
I'm hoping we have hired staff.
I don't want no stranger wiping my butt. Some random person. And it better not be a dude.
I just gotta wrap my brain.
Yeah.
Well, I had a great time chatting with you. Cheers to our new podcast journey. All right. Thank you guys for listening yet again. And we will be back next week.
We'll be back next week. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Again, interact with all of our videos. If you can repost and share.
Share with your mom, your sister, your cousin, your uncle, your auntie, your best friend, your ex-friend.
Tell the world about After the Exhale podcast.
Yes.
We appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time.
Bye.